Greetings, royal family, and welcome to Yahweh, Yahweh's Daily Word. Now, here is where you can listen to the scheduled scriptural readings for each day of our solar year. Our solar calendar is very different from all other calendars used today. To get your current solar calendar with the daily scriptural readings and the weekly Shabbat readings, visit us on our website at www.yahweh144000.com. Now, Royal Family, you can have Yahweh's daily word delivered to you each day just by remembering to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell. Today's scripture reading will be read by King Eliakim, and today's scripture reading is
Deuteronomy chapter 11. Therefore thou shalt love the Lord Yahweh thy God, and keep his charge, and his statutes, and his judgments, and his commandments always. And know ye this day, for I speak not with your children, which have not known, and which have not seen the chastisement of the Lord Yahweh your God, his greatness, his mighty hand, and his stretched out arm, and his miracles, and his acts which he did in the midst of Egypt, unto Pharaoh the king of Egypt, and unto all his land, and what he did unto the army of Egypt, unto their horses, and to their chariots, how he made the ward of the Red Sea to overflow them, as they pursued after you, and how the Lord Yahweh hath destroyed them unto this day, and what he did unto you in the wilderness, until you came into this place, and what he did unto Dathan and Abiram, the sons of Eliab, the son of Reuben, how the earth opened her mouth and swallowed them up, and their households, and their tents, and all the substance that was in their possession, in the midst of all of Israel. But your eyes have seen all the great acts of the Lord Yahweh which he did. Therefore shall ye keep all the commandments which I command you this day, that ye may be strong, and go in and possess the land, whither ye go to possess it, and that ye may prolong your days in the land, which the Lord Yahweh sware unto your fathers, to give unto them and to their seed, a land that floweth with milk and honey. Verse 10. For the land whither thou goest in to possess it is not as the land of Egypt, from whence ye came out, where thou sowedst thy seed, and wateredst it with thy foot, as the garden of herbs. But the land whither ye go to possess it is a land of hills and valleys, and drinketh water of the rain of heaven, a land which the Lord Yahweh thy God careth for. The eyes of the Lord Yahweh thy God are always upon it, from the beginning of the year even unto the end of the year. And it shall come to pass, if ye hearken diligently unto my commandments, which I command you this day, to love the Lord Yahweh your God, and to serve him with all your heart and with all your soul, that I will give you the rain of your land in his due season, the first rain and the latter rain, that thou mayest gather in thy corn, and thy wine, and thine oil. And I will send grass in thy field for thy cattle, that thou mayest eat and be full. Take heed to yourselves, that your heart be not deceived, and ye turn aside and serve other gods, and worship them, and the Lord Yahweh's wrath be kindled against you. And he shut up the heaven, that there be no rain, and that the land yield not her fruit, unless ye perish quickly from off the good land, which the Lord Yahweh giveth you. Therefore shall ye lay up all these my words in your heart and in your soul, and bind them for a sign upon your hand, that they may be as frontlets between your eyes. And ye shall teach them your children, speaking of them when thou sittest in thine house, and when thou walkest by the way, when thou liest down, and when thou risest up. And thou shalt write them upon the doorposts of thine house, and upon thy gates, that your days may be multiplied, and the days of your children, in the land which the Lord Yahweh sware unto your fathers to give them, as the days of heaven upon the earth. For if ye shall diligently keep all these commandments, which I command you, to do them, to love the Lord Yahweh your God, to walk in all his ways, and cleave unto him, then will the Lord Yahweh drive out all these nations from before you, and ye shall possess greater nations, and mightier than yourselves. Verse 24. Every place whereon the soles of your feet shall tread shall be yours. From the wilderness and Lebanon, from the river Euphrates, even unto the uttermost sea, shall your coast be. There shall no man be able to stand before you, for the Lord Yahweh your God shall lay the fear of you and the dread of you upon all the land that ye shall tread upon, as he hath said unto you. Verse 26. Behold, I set before you this day a blessing and a curse. A blessing if ye obey the commandments of the Lord Yahweh your God, which I command you this day, and a curse if ye will not obey the commandments of the Lord Yahweh your God, but turn aside out of the way, which I command you this day, to go after other gods, which ye have not known. And it shall come to pass, when the Lord Yahweh thy God hath brought thee unto the land whither thou goest to possess it, that thou shalt put the blessing upon Mount Gerizim, and the curse upon Mount Ebal. Are they not on the other side of Jordan, by the way where the sun goeth down, in the land of the Canaanites, which dwell in the campaign over against Gilgal, beside the plains of Morah? For ye shall pass over Jordan, to go in to possess the land which the Lord Yahweh your God giveth you, and ye shall possess it, and dwell therein. Verse 32. And you shall observe to do all the statutes and judgments which I set before you this day. Praise Yahweh, ben Yahweh.